deception. They give you these fantasies and they string you along and tell you things, tell you lies until one day they use that to try and possess you and ruin your life. It wasn't long after that I went to see crop circles in real life. Went to Wiltshire, Knavesbury. I stood in a crop circle. I'm not joking. You could feel the energy in it. It was just, I couldn't describe it. It made me feel dizzy. I went to see a few actually. I went to Salisbury Hill, went to Ager with all the stones. There was something weird about the place. I couldn't put my finger on it, but just felt weird. Not like any place I've been to. And yeah, I stood in a few crop circles. And on the drive home then, I was so ill. I couldn't even describe how ill I was. Just the feeling was horrible. Just made me sick to my stomach. I was ill for about 2 weeks. And there was something around me that just kept hassling me. I just started getting more into the New Age and the occult, looking up sacred geometry, Freemasonry, the Illuminati, just more into it, getting more involved into psychics, mediums, trying to develop my own psychic ability, getting visions of the future. I was just so heavily into it. I just meditated every night, opened up my chakras, and yeah, I got in a relationship, and my girlfriend had already been hassled by demons throughout her life, so they just came into my life, and then it was my demons and her demons, and just ruined us both. They were possessing her, doing horrible things. They were coming in my room, and they were tormenting us night and day, basically. For a couple of years. I just couldn't take it anymore, so we finally broke up. I was alright for another couple of years. I just started reading more and more into the occult, Freemasonry teachings. Couldn't understand. I was against the Illuminati and Freemasons, and then I was looking up the occult and thinking, well, they're into what I'm into, and and I just started realising then that they're getting into sacred geometry and the grand architect of the universe, and I'm like, well, they believe in God and they're revealing it through the occult teachings and stuff. And I started thinking, are they actually the good guys? Are they the good guys? And they know all this stuff about the universe. I was like, no, it can't be. They can't be good. What they do is not good. And then I just started looking up. Eventually, I got into Saturn cults and the ancient civilizations, and the Mayan calendar and all that. And I was well into 2012. Couldn't wait for 2012 to hit, and everyone's starting to evolve and see UFOs and realise that what I've been saying all these years was the truth. And I wouldn't look so crazy anymore. But after 2012 went, I'd been listening to people like David Icke, David Wilcock, Daniel Pinchbeck, and Michael Sari, and all these New Age teachers, and started to realise that there's something not right here. They're deceiving people, and what they've said was going to happen hasn't happened. And I started noticing all these people have got their information from spirits. They'd all been in spiritual contact, and these spirits have been telling them all this information and what's going to happen in the future, and none of it's come true. After 2012, I was really, really pissed off why they'd been lying to us. And then I made it my mission then to find out what they were all about and to expose them. And then I started realising that David Icke's actually a Freemason. And he has actually got the Antichrist spirit in him. You can go back to when he thought he was the Son of God, and he was the Christ, and you can watch all those videos with him on Terry Wogan. And I started watching Gorilla 199 on YouTube, and he was telling me exactly what I suspected of David Icke. And then someone told me they'd met David Wilcock in real life, and they could see spiritually, and he was turning into a reptile and stuff. And things are starting to make sense then. I started realising that aliens weren't actually aliens, they were demons posing as aliens, and they pose as anything that you'd accept into your life, so they could finally try and possess you. So yeah, I found out aliens were actually demons, and they were teaching us New Age teachings. And then I started researching Helena Blavatsky and Alice Bailey, and realising that David Icke is just mimicking Alice Bailey's work. I don't know, the whole picture just started coming together, and then I started researching Saturn and how it'd been worshipped throughout our whole history, and how it's linked to Satanism and the black cube and everything. And I started realising then, well, the Freemasons believe that Lucifer's God. The whole of history is saying that Lucifer's God, Satan's God, and Satan, Saturn, has been worshipped since Sumeria. It's got on the tablets the six-pied star with the planet in it. And I just started realising then, do you know what? I think actually Satan is the God of this world, and at that point I just broke. I thought there's no way out. I've been trying to get out of this place through spiritual means and just can't find a way out. And I was like, well, what hope do we have? God is actually Satan, and we can't get out. We're stuck here, and there's no way out. I've tried every way. I've tried all religions, and just tried astral projection out, just trying everything to get out. And I was just like, we're doomed. And at that point, the demons were just attacking me constantly. I was trying to do my job. I was driving around in the van, and they were squeezing my heart. I couldn't breathe. It felt like stabbing pains in my heart constantly. Couldn't breathe. I've had migraines for 10 years, crippling migraines. Like dizziness, loss of memory, slurred speech, really, really bad depression. And I just had enough. I was actually so fatigued in the van, I couldn't get out of the van, I couldn't do my work, I couldn't do nothing. I just wanted to heel over and die, and just give up. But at that moment, and I realised that, I can't remember how I come to that realisation, but I realised that Christ was the only way. There was no other way out of this, and if there was anything to be Satan, it'd be Christ. So I kind of had the realisation that the New Age was satanic, and I was involved in satanic practice all these years without even knowing about it. And at that moment, I gave my life to Jesus, and I made him my Lord and Saviour, and I confessed all that I'd done, and I was sorry, I didn't know what I was doing. And I finally came to him, and he delivered me from all those demons that I'd collected all over the years that made me depressed, was attacking me. And suddenly, for 3 days straight, I went through a transformation of just cleansing. I felt so pure. I felt this peace and love inside of me I never felt before, and I just felt so clean. All my thoughts were pure. I didn't have any negative thoughts. I felt like 100% me, which I've never ever felt in my life. I've always been battling against something in my head. But previously, before I got saved, I was in a bad relationship. And the demons started attacking me so much, I nearly went insane. I've never ever felt so scared in my life, that every night I was battling against something in my head that wanted me dead, just wanted me dead. It was turning all my friends and family against me and made me paranoid. Every time I went to sleep, it was trying to kill me. I felt like I was going mad. And every night I'd wake up soaking wet with sweat. It was ridiculous. I didn't know what to do. So that's when I came to Jesus, because I thought, well, there's no other way. I've tried every other way. I've tried being healed.